Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen today, I wanted to talk a little bit about Bgfv Sporting Goods Corporation. This is ticker symbol BGFV. And one of the reasons why we're talking about this stock today is it's up huge. This thing's up 12.8% right now at the time of recording this video. We're in the middle of the trading day right now, but right around open, this thing had this big jump up from 31.54 to right around 34. It's had some ups and downs, but it just kind of keeps going steadily up and up and up throughout the day. And obviously 12-13% up movements in a single day is very, very crazy. But this stock is also generating a lot of buzz on social media, Reddit, stock Twitter, all that stuff right now, as a potential short squeeze play, as a potential new social media play. And it seems to be getting more and more people behind this. So there might be some potential for something to get a little bit crazy here with BGFV. So when we go to the short squeeze subreddit, you can actually see that this is the top post of the day, and this is not a huge community. This isn't Wall Street Bets or anything like that, but it's 90,000, close to 90,000 members, 7,200 people online during the trading day. It's definitely not small, but they do kind of track a lot of the new short squeeze plays pretty well. They always have a couple of different stocks they're talking about, and those stocks, they have a tendency to jump big on some of these days when people really start getting behind them. I don't think it's a coincidence, that we see this thing jumping so big and it being the top post today. But they do also, post a lot of like DD and stuff like that. So what they say about BGFV, they're calling it big fucking value, obviously after the ticker symbol, which is pretty funny. But one of the interesting things they start off with in this Reddit post is talking about the fair valuation, saying how BGFV is right now has a market cap of 665 million. Obviously, that's always changing, but call it ballpark. With an EPS of $1.07 at their most recent earnings, which would give them a PE ratio of 659. And two of their competitors, Dick's Sporting Goods and Academy Sports, both have PE ratios of 10.81 and 8.34. So, they're saying that if you base it just off the PE ratios of their competitors, maybe where they should be, the fair valuation of the stock might be somewhere between like $38, $39 and $49 to $50 if you just look at how other similar businesses, similar stocks, similar competitors are valued. BGFV might just be an undervalued stock in general. There might be, a little, kind of closing the gap just to be done there, just in terms of overall valuation without even taking a look at all the other stuff. But obviously, there's always a million factors at play that go into like valuation and things like this, in terms of growth or future outlooks or what's changing, all this stuff. I know with a bunch of companies like this, obviously there's supply shortages and, shipping crunches and all this different stuff going on. But just starting out saying that, hey, this stock, even if you don't think it's a short squeeze play, even if you are, scared of a Reddit pump and dump or whatever, this might be one that's just a little bit undervalued, which I did think was interesting and kind of a cool point to start out with. They do talk about the future supply chain disruptions a little bit in the earnings conference. The CEO had this to say: "We believe our inventory should be sufficiently well positioned to produce solid fourth quarter results that significantly exceed pre-pandemic levels." So that is obviously a very, very good statement, talking about how, the supply chain constraints, disruptions, whatever, hopefully shouldn't affect them too much. And I mean, if they're still showing growth from pre-pandemic levels for a company and business model like this, that could be very, very exciting. They do talk about the dividend of the company a little bit in this post as well. Given the sustained strength, cash flow generation, and positive outlook of our business, we've declared another special cash dividend of $1 per share in addition to our regular quarterly cash dividend of 25 cents per share. This is the second time that BGFV has issued a special dividend. And special dividends are plays, that a lot of heavily shorted stocks often use to, get their stock price to jump real quick. And sometimes it can burn some of those shorts. People get really excited about that. But also, shareholders of this company, long-term shareholders, they're never going to complain about a special dividend, getting some extra money for some of that cash. People do really like getting stuff like this. But yeah, when you see those big price jumps, obviously people who are shorting it, people who are holding this one, that's not something they necessarily love to see, is, those rapid price increases that come along with something like a special dividend. So that is obviously something to watch out for. talks about their management team and the stock buybacks that they've been going through a little bit. Steve Miller and his management team know what they are doing and how to remain lean in a post-COVID world. They know how to keep operating costs down. Again, obviously, this is all opinions of just one person, but this is, some of their information and stuff. How to return value to shareholders, how to remain ahead in supply-constrained environments. And they have repurchased over 100,000 shares. They're not diluting. They're not, kind of screwing over their shareholders in that way. So that is really, really good to see. They're not, as the stock is increasing in price, obviously we can look at the charts and stuff. This thing has gone from 23 up to 35 over the last 6 months. I mean, it's just been a lot of ups and downs. So many different times where, is the stock fairly valued at 20? Is it fairly valued at 30? They've had big run-ups. They've had chances to, kind of sell off and dilute and take a bunch of cash and stuff. But they're actually buying back, which should mean, in theory, that they are also confident in the stock price right now and confident in the long-term, outlook and prospects of where this thing is going. But obviously, if you're a shareholder, you'd love to see those buybacks as well, just in terms of an overall, share price appreciation, which would be very, very cool. But they are definitely focused on returning value to shareholders. So that is great. Also, talking about the small float and the high short interest. This is going to be something that's always important for a big short squeeze play, for something with the potential to squeeze like this. They do say, who are you kidding? None of you care about strong balance sheets, fundamentals, forward guidance, yada, yada, aside from the above. Here are the market mechanics of why Bgfv is about to skyrocket. Obviously, Fox Business had this as one of their short squeeze picks with a 43% short interest and saying that, this isn't, a low risk one, I guess. But their key metrics here is that current shares are right around 9 million, reported float of 20.33 million. The current share short is right around 9 million with a reported float of 20 million. Percent of float shorted is 44% with 100% utilization and a 10.2% cost to borrow. So obviously that's going to be a lot of things that people are looking at for these short squeeze plays. It has a lot of the key metrics and fundamentals are there for at least the potential. Now that doesn't always mean things are going to pop. That doesn't always mean that things are going to go crazy. But it is checking a lot of the different boxes, and that's obviously why there are some people getting excited about this one. They do, just a ton of information here. This is definitely a post you should check out. I don't necessarily just want to go through every single little sentence and everything. But they are talking, what happened last week on Thursday. Obviously, we can take a look at that where we had this massive, massive jump from Wednesday to Thursday where we were, closing around 31 and then peaking all the way at 42.70. Things got really, really crazy late in the week last week. Bgfv went from 31 to 42, was not shorts covering. This is supported by the data provided, but it was FOMO and pump and dumpers generating a pump as described before. This does not need the help of pumpers, but you don't need to FOMO. This is purely a mechanical play. Let the price appreciate organically. Show the shorts that Bgfv is a strong company worth investing in, and let the shorts cover. There's obviously, some different accusations, I can't talk, of, market manipulation and stuff like this. Shorts being scared, trying to help each other out, TD Ameritrade, making offers to all these people, all of this different craziness going on. But I did think this is a very, very interesting post with a ton of information. Again, some of it's facts, some of it's opinions. You don't, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Obviously, there's probably some bias here. This guy does have 15,000 shares of the company. He has some calls and stuff. So again, he has an agenda for sure. But just presenting one side of the argument, letting you guys know what exactly is going on with the Bgfv, what's going on right now, what the future outlook might have in store, and why people are getting so excited about this one right now. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Bgfv? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to save today and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!